Calm Kai presents. We are overwhelmed with information when we meet someone for the first time. It's difficult to tell what kind of person they are. That is why it is critical to comprehend how we communicate. According to experts, body language accounts for 55% of what we communicate, while tone accounts for 38%. Only 7% of what we say comes from our tone of voice. This means that we must consider these factors while meeting someone for the first time. In addition to what a person's looks may convey, there are 3 other elements to consider. So, if you want to get a sense of someone's personality right away when you meet them, pay attention. Pay close attention to the following hints, which begin at the top and work their way down. The first rule is to make eye contact. The eyes are often referred to as the windows to the soul. Consider the following factors when determining the type of eye contact someone is making with you. Context. For example, if someone can't take their gaze away from you, it could indicate that there's something wrong. A romantic attraction. When you look someone in the eyes and they can't bring themselves to look you in the eyes, on the other hand, it's a hint that they're either nervous or have something on their mind when they gaze back at you. To conceal. However, if you're conversing with someone whose gaze makes you squirm, especially if it's a man, if they're completely still and without blinking, something's wrong and they might be lying to you. Eyebrows. Number 2. Examine a person's brows to determine their level of comfort. Surprise, worry, and fear are the 3 basic emotions that raise your brows. When you're having a casual conversation with a pal, try raising your eyebrows. Isn't it difficult to do? If someone you're speaking with raises their brows, and the topic would not logically raise their brows, it's a sign that they're uncomfortable if you surprise, worry, or terrify them. Smiling is number 4. The mouth can lie when it comes to smiling, but the eyes can't. Genuine smiles reach the eyes, crinkling the skin around them and causing crow's feet. People typically smile to cover what they're truly thinking and feeling, so the next time you see someone smile, remember that. Look for crinkles around the corners of someone's smile to see if it's genuine. Of their gaze, that smile is concealing something if they aren't there. What they say. Number 5. If you meet someone for the first time and they only talk about themselves, it's time to go on. If they praise their coworkers or their better half, chances are they're a pretty good person. They are decent people. According to studies, the more people rate others as being kind, polite, loving, and well-mannered, the more likely they are to be kind, polite, loving, and well-mannered themselves. The more of these characteristics someone has, the more probable they are to have. On the other hand, the opposite is also true. Anyone who accuses others of being manipulative and rude is more likely to be a backstabber. To have these characteristics, it's also likely that they've struggled with depression or a personality disorder in the past. Paralanguage. Number 6. Nonverbal communication, such as tone, pitch, and speaking style, is referred to as paralanguage. It's a sophisticated way of expressing that you should pay attention to how someone says something. If someone responds to you in a monotone, they are most likely unattached. I'm not interested in your concept. Another noteworthy example is the use of sarcasm. When someone utilizes sarcasm, they are implying the exact opposite of what they are saying. Words imply. So pay attention to how they speak things and how they emphasize terms. It provides you with a good indication of their genuine intentions. Number 7. A side view. People who are kind and eager to meet you will turn their bodies to face you. I'm going to look you in the eyes. On the other hand, if you've just met someone and they look away to the side, it's a good sign. This is a subliminal body language signal indicating they're seeking a way out. When someone nods, it usually means they agree with you. Exaggerated nodding, on the other hand, could indicate concern about approbation. When you tell someone something and they nod a lot, it implies they understand what you're saying, are concerned about how you perceive them, or that you have doubts about their capacity to follow instructions. Please follow your instructions. On the other hand, frequent nodding could constitute unintentional cues, asking the other person to move on, similar to when someone keeps staring at their phone. They are either watching or touching their automobile keys. Chin and jaw, number 9. When trying to make a decision, people prefer to rub their chin. They could be gazing upwards, downwards, or to the side. It's a solid sign that they're thinking about something. A clenched jaw indicates that you are stressed. This shows a significant amount of uneasiness, regardless of what the individual is saying. The topic of conversation could be something they're worried about, or their thoughts could be racing. They'd rather be somewhere else, and they're concentrating on the thing that's bothering them. The 10th point is posture. You can tell a lot about someone's self-confidence by how they carry themselves. For example, if someone is walking upright with their shoulders back and their gaze straight ahead, this is a good sign. Ahead, indicating that they are pleased with themselves and have self-assurance. When walking, though, if someone is slouching down and staring at the ground, that is not a good sign. Gives out a very different vibe. It doesn't always imply they have poor self-esteem, but that's the message they're sending. It emits an odor. Rubbing hands, number 11. The hands are thought to convey what the mind is thinking. When someone rubs their hands together, it usually indicates that they are happy. Something has a feeling about it. When people do this, it's usually because they're looking forward to something good in the future. They're ecstatic about it. Handshake, number 12. A person's handshake can reveal a lot about them. They are inclined to be subservient or a pushover if they are soft and flabby. They may be dominant kinds if they are too hard and crushing. It's also vital to consider the duration of time. It's strange if it's too lengthy, but it might also be a sign of disagreement if it's too short. It's conceivable that the individual does not wish to form a strong bond with you. However, it's possible that they don't have much time. Number 13. Is it better to lean in or away? When someone leans in close to you, it's an obvious sign that they're interested in what you've got to say. You may not realize it, but it's also a symbol of respect. When individuals lean in closer to you during a conversation, it indicates that they are interested in you. I'd like to be able to confide in you. It instills in you a sense of trustworthiness and worth. However, if someone leans back, it indicates that they are tired of the talk or that they are interested in something else. For some reason, they are apprehensive. Holding the baby, number 14. Okay, this may seem unusual, but it's important to know. If you're meeting someone for the first time and they're a new mother, you should be cautious. Take a look at the arm with which they are holding the baby. According to studies, happy mothers prefer to hold their newborns in their left arm. Mothers who are upset or depressed tend to hold their babies in their right arm. Number 15. Arms and legs crossed. Have you ever had a chat with someone whose arms or legs were crossed while you were conversing? It's not a good indicator if you're on a first date or attempting to sell someone a fresh idea. Physical barriers such as crossed arms and legs indicate that the other person is not open. I agree with what you're saying. Even if they're smiling and having a good discussion, their body language says a lot about them. Narrates the tale. Crossed legs or arms psychologically indicate that a person is mentally, emotionally, and physically exhausted. They are physically separated from what is in front of them. Similarly, the direction of someone's feet can indicate a lot about them. A person who likes you will stand with both feet facing you. If their feet begin to move toward the door, it suggests they've had enough and are ready to leave. Depart. Shoes, number 16. The shoes a person wears can reveal a lot about their personality. We always seem to pass judgment on other people's footwear, but studies reveal that they are rather nice. Accurate. Nervous people will wear fresh or very clean shoes. Friendly people will put on comfortable shoes. Calm folks have a thing for unpleasant situations. Ankle boots are worn by aggressive persons. Take a look at your footwear. Is your personality type a good fit? Overall appearance, number 17. What someone wears and how they show themselves can reveal a lot about them. If the person's hair is neatly styled, their clothes are pressed, and they are attentive, they may be meticulous when it comes to style. Someone with a more laid-back wardrobe or bed head could be creative or just plain sloppy. Then there's someone who appears unclean and smelly. They could just be a slob. Person. Copying body language is number 18 on the list. This is something you probably haven't noticed if you've never attempted to read people before. However, pay great attention to it in the future, because if someone imitates your body language, it can be dangerous. It suggests they are enamored with you and want to harmonize with you. It's a sign that the conversation is going well and that the other side is interested in hearing what you have to say. In response to your message, this is done unintentionally, as no one goes around with the aim of copying someone. When we get along with someone, though, we tend to do what they do. Some of us are fairly excellent at interpreting people's signals. Others are so horrible that they require the other person to come out and tell it like it is. What's on their minds? Tell them. It's not simple to read people, but if you can, it's a terrific skill to have. Of course, because everyone is unique, reading their words and behaviors isn't always easy. Be precise. But perhaps using these pointers, you'll be well on your way to improving your reading skills. Folks, we'd like to hear your thoughts. What's the first thing you do when you meet someone for the first time? What have you noticed about them? Please let us know in the comments section below. Please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends if you enjoyed it. Can continue to make them. Hit the subscribe button to see more videos like this, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Also, make sure to take a look at our other videos. Thanks for taking the time to watch.